This week at Warner Bros. Movie World, a very rainy parade. Work continues on Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster, more progress on the restaurant building, and the awesome new Fright Night's maze is revealed. Hello everyone, welcome back to the YumYum Report, bringing you bite-sized updates from Australian theme parks, as well as occasional updates from theme parks around the world. Before we start, I'd like to give a special thanks to Team YumYum for supporting my content. Thank you so much. This week we popped into Warner Bros. Movie World for a brief visit in the afternoon, and it was a very wet, drizzly day with heavy rain. The park was very quiet and felt a bit abandoned. We got there just in time for the parade, which was about to start, and we were surprised to see that they were running the regular version of the parade rather than the modified version that they usually run when it rains. All the actors and performers and chauffeurs did an incredible job, considering that they were probably getting absolutely drenched, and it would be pretty miserable having to perform like that. I'm always blown away by how talented the performers are at Movie World. They're an absolute highlight of the park for me. I would love to see some upgrades and changes to the parade. Maybe some changes to the music, or maybe a re-theme, or something new to spice it up, because it's been the same for a few years now. What changes would you like to see to the parade? Let me know in the comments. Work continues on Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster, which is my most anticipated attraction for 2025 here in Australia. They've been painting the facade for Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster to make it more in line with the original look, which is really cool to see because the next generation version was quite notorious for being a step down from what made the original so iconic. Still no updates yet on what to expect on the inside and when the ride is actually going to be opening, but hopefully it's not too far away now, considering Theme Park Ogre spotted that they are now testing Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster, which means that it shouldn't be too far away, and I'm really excited to see what they come up with for this new version. I'm most excited for the dark ride section. I would love to see the return of some practical animatronics and set pieces, and I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea of screens if they can integrate them into the theming and story more. I don't think the fact that they were screens was the problem. I think it was really the way that they were integrated into the ride. What part of Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster are you most looking forward to experiencing again when it opens? Let me know in the comments. If you're enjoying this video, please feel free to leave a like, a friendly comment, or subscribe for more. And if you're interested in theme park content, check out my Instagram as well, where I post lots more cool stuff. Thank you so much. Work has also been continuing on the old Stars Cafe restaurant building at the front of the park, and it's a little hard to tell what's going on the inside, but it looks like they've made some progress. Last week we noticed that they had added in some new doors and some sort of blind windows. We can also see they've added these same doors on the other side of the building as well. There were some staff working on the inside of the restaurant this week. Couldn't quite tell what they were getting up to. This video is brought to you by Dehancer, a film emulation plugin I've been using a lot lately. Dehancer allows you to give your photos and videos film-like qualities such as bloom, halation, film grain, and much more. There's lots of options available to choose from, such as photo editing plugins for Photoshop and Lightroom, to video editing plugins for DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and After Effects. They also have a mobile app and a web-based editor too. If you're interested, check out www.dehancer.com and use promo code YumYum at checkout for 10% off your next purchase. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on Dehancer and how I use it in my videos, feel free to check out my full review where I create 4 unique looks on my channel. Movie World has revealed the latest addition to Fright Night for 2025, which is the Krypt of Kain maze, which is actually a sequel to the House of Kain maze, which was part of Fright Nights for 2019, which was about a hotel called the Kain Hotel, which turned visitors into corrupted versions of their former selves. So it was a very spooky hotel with this evil energy, and it looked really cool. They released a teaser trailer for the Krypt of Kain maze, which was really cool, and I'm a big fan of the aesthetic. The creatures and characters have such an interesting design. I'm a really big fan of what they've come up with for this Step beyond the stairs and into the bowels of terror. Beneath the infamous Hotel of Horrors lies something far darker. The Krypt of Kain, once the site of ritualistic killings, its basement now festers with twisted fiends feeding and multiplying. Step beyond the stairs and into the bowels of terror, but beware, few ever return. I think this maze looks absolutely incredible, and I'm really interested in visiting Fright Nights at some point. It is quite expensive, and I'm not sure if it's on the cards for me this year. I would love to visit. Hopefully I can make it happen. I'm not sure if I would be visiting any of the mazes as such. I actually love horror movies, and I love thriller movies and everything. I'm not crazy about people jumping out at me and stuff though. Do you think Fright Nights is worth visiting without visiting the mazes? Is it enough to just go and enjoy the vibe and the atmosphere and some of the rides, or are the mazes a must do? I'd be interested to hear from anyone who's visited in the past, so feel free to let me know in the comments. That brings me to the end of this episode of the YumYum report for this week. It was just a brief visit, and it's probably not the best time to visit the parks when it's raining like this. A lot of the attractions were closed and there weren't many people around. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, a friendly comment, or subscribe for more. And before we finish, I'd like to wrap things up by giving a very special thank you to the members and sponsors of Team YumYum for supporting my content. Thank you so much everyone for your very kind and generous support. It really means a lot to me that you enjoy my videos enough to support the channel in this way, and it helps me cover a lot of the costs associated with running the channel as well, which is a huge help, so I really appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough. A big thank you to the members: Randall, Maloney's Coasters, Kai on the Internet, Oogie Boogie, Theme Park Ogre, Jordan Casey, Johnny Boy 175, The Downey Cat, Carrie Jekin, and Movies Like Everyone. Thank you very much. And a very special thank you to the Team YumYum sponsors: Koala75, Audrey Allen, Senpai's JP Blue Dog, Senpai's JP Red Dog, Wayne Hewitt, Lee Donald, SW Stevie 1, and The Kez. Thank you so much again everyone for your very kind and generous support, and for anyone who would like to become a member or a sponsor of Team YumYum, you're more than welcome to do so. This will give you access to new videos early. You also get a special shout out and thanks at the end of my videos, some emojis to use in the comments, a sticker next to your username, and last but not least, you also get a custom illustrated character hand-drawn by me to suit your very needs and requirements. And as an additional way to support the channel, I also have the Team YumYum sponsorship available, which will give you access to all the perks of the membership, but as an additional perk, I will also animate your character doing a little dance which will appear on screen, which will be super fun, super cool, and super cute. But if you're not in a position to support the channel in this way, you're more than welcome to leave a like, a friendly comment, or subscribe for more. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.